What do you think that the judge is likely to make of this letter from Fox?
I think it's a little bit too little, too late, right? One of the things that goes against parties in litigation is not when the party themselves is perceived as being untruthful. Certainly that's not helpful. But when lawyers are perceived as being untruthful with a judge, that's a really, really bad place to be. And here, the lawyers representing Fox again and again have gotten into skirmishes with this judge about misrepresentations that they've made, about all sorts of things, from who's an executive of which company to discovery misconduct. We learned earlier this week that a former Fox producer had tape recordings that weren't handed over to Dominion in the course of trial and would have been incredibly helpful to them in the lead up to trial. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Judge Eric Davis thinks about this letter, but I'm not hopeful for Fox.
Yeah, Melissa, I remind myself constantly that this is a libel case. I asked a libel law expert yesterday about Dominion's potential argument against Fox. Take a listen.
They were losing ratings, they were losing their core audience, and that's when the narrative shifted for Fox News, where they decided to choose their audience and the profits that that audience brings rather than publishing the truth about the election. The jury's going to be wondering, why would they spread lies about something that everybody knew? And the answer is money.
Melissa, I wonder if you agree with that assessment.
Well, it certainly seems that the pressure from the Trump campaign and fear that Fox would lose market share to other competitors like OAN and Newsmax drove some of this, at least from the evidence that seeped out during the course of discovery. But there's a lot going on in this trial. The actual malice standard that Dominion has to establish is a very high one, although we have gotten more clear evidence here that Fox did act with willful disregard of the truth and knowingly misrepresented facts about the nature and scope of election fraud during the course of the 2020 election. So it may be the case that we will have the unorthodox circumstance where, a defamation case is almost open and shut for the plaintiff. And then the question is really going to shift to the issue of compensatory damages. As you said, Dominion is asking for $1.6 billion in compensatory damages to account for the losses it suffered to its business and to potential business because of what Fox did during the course of this. And again, that's a lot of money, and there are going to be a lot of questions about whether that valuation is actually appropriate.